Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. Today we are doing a beginner-friendly eyeshadow makeup routine. Let's get into it.
I could break it down, take it back to the basics.
Hey y'all, we are back. So today, let's get into my go-to eyeshadow routine. Before you start doing your eyeshadow, I always like to go ahead and do my brows because I feel like my brows frame my face, and okay, we gotta do that first. Now, onto eyeshadow. Before we get into applying the eyeshadow on the lids, I do like to prime my lids, and I prime my lids with concealer. So I'm just gonna take my e.l.f. This is the 16-hour Camo Concealer in the shade Deep Chestnut, and I'm just gonna apply just a little bit on my eyelid. This is a great hack for people who have like darker lids, who need to like neutralize their palette before they start applying product. And so I just use a brush to kind of blend this out over my entire lid. Not only does this help with people who have like darker or discoloration on their lids, but this also acts as a primer like before you apply your eyeshadow. So it'll help your eyeshadow colors have a better color payoff, and it'll also help with them staying in place and lasting long throughout the day. I always describe priming like when you're painting. So if you're in a house and you're painting a wall, typically you will prime the wall before you paint it. And primer is just like a blank color. Typically it's white, but sometimes primer can be different colors. You just apply the primer, and that's gonna be a base not only to help the paint adhere to the wall, but also to neutralize any colors underneath. So if you're wondering like, what's the point in applying concealer? Why don't I just go in with my eyeshadow? Or if you're one of the people who know how to do a little bit of eyeshadow and you're like, well, why am I not getting the same color payoff? It looks way different on my eye than it looks in the pan. If you have a good quality product and that's what's happening, then you may need to try out priming your eyes before you do your eyeshadow. This is the way that I've taught myself how to do my eyeshadow, and it's basically like 3 steps. For me, there's 3 different shades in a basic eyeshadow routine. You have your transition shade, which is gonna go in the crease of your eye. You have your outer corner shade, which is gonna go on the outer corner of your eye, and then you have your lid shade. So I'm gonna start with my transition shade. I always start with this shade because I just feel like it gives me a flush of color on the eyes, and then I can kind of build from there. The palette that we're using today, she's a little dirty, but this is the Makeup by Mario. This is the Master Matte's original eyeshadow palette. While this palette is an investment, you can find it at Sephora. This is a really good eyeshadow palette because it just has all the neutrals and the browns that you need to create any basic eyeshadow look. You have transition shades in here. It's also a good palette because it has shades for all skin types, I feel. So I like to use this brown shade here. This is Matte 5, and if you didn't know, the shade names are listed on the back of the palette. And I'm just taking this fluffy brush. I don't know where I got this brush from, and I think I either got it from either like a TJ Maxx or an old Ipsy box back in the day, but I like this brush because it's nice and fluffy. Now, there are pros and cons to using a large fluffy brush when it comes to your transition shade, because the bigger the brush, the farther your product is gonna spread. Now, this can be a good thing or a bad thing depending on what you're trying to blend out. Now, for me, because I like using my transition shade as a flush of color over the eyes, and I'm gonna build off of it, I don't mind this shade being widespread across my eyes. So I'm gonna go in, I'm gonna dip in the palette with my brush, tap off any excess, and then I'm gonna start by stamping the eyeshadow, like just stamping it like that on my lid. And this is in like the crease area, and the crease is where your eyelid kind of like goes up into your socket, and there's like a crease there. So I'm just packing this on, and I'm packing it on all the way across the crease. So from the outer corner to the inner corner. Once you pack on enough color where you see the payoff all the way across the lid, you always want to build it up. So you don't want to apply too much because it's going to be hard to take away, but you can always add more to your look. So I'm starting here, then I'm going to take my brush and just diffuse the edges. And what this is going to do is help give you a smooth gradient between your eyeshadow and where we concealed under our brows when we did our brow routine. If you haven't watched that video, make sure you go back and watch my brow tutorial. I'll link it up here so you guys can know how to do your brows and have them snatched for your makeup look. When blending out your eyeshadow, it's important to do windshield wiper motions, which is like arches, right? We ain't drawing the Disney sign. No, we're just side to side like that right there. Basically drawing the shape of a rainbow is what you want to do when you're blending it out. So you want to go just like this. Once you apply your transition shade, I like to go in with a slightly darker shade to deepen up the outer corner. What this is going to do is add a little bit more density to the eye and won't make it look so flat. Now if you want a more natural, just a flush of color, especially when I'm in a rush and I'm doing like 10-minute makeup, I just apply a transition shade, and typically I'll either use this eyeshadow or I'll use my bronzer, and I would just blend it out like this, and then this would just give me like a subtle look to the eyes, like I did something, but it didn't take long for me to do. Now like I said, if you want to do a more complete look and do the 3 different shades that I mentioned, the transition, the outer corner, and the lid shade, that's what we're going to proceed to do now. So I'm going to take a darker shade in this palette. I think I'm going to go with this brown and maybe play in with this cooler brown as well. And I'm taking a smaller brush. This is the AOA Studio E135 brush. You can get this from Shop Miss A. That's the store that has like a lot of products for $1. So definitely an affordable brush here. And I'm just stamping this on the outer corner. This is how I like to start because you could always build up, but you can't take away as easy. So I pack some in on that side, and then I just do some short motions to blend out that outer corner into the transition shade. In this one, you want to make sure you're not taking the brush high up on the lid. You want to keep it no higher than the crease of your eye. And then if you want a more winged out look, you can drag it out. And another thing I like to do, I am not a stranger to going back and forth with my brushes. So I feel like to get a smooth and seamless gradient, you can go back in with that bigger brush that you used for your transition shade, and you can just kind of blend over what we just applied in the outer corner. That's gonna help everything blend together better. And if you need to dip back in your transition shade to help it blend more smoothly, you can do that. So I'm just blending this together on the outer corner, applying more eyeshadow if needed. And then the next step is gonna be your lid shade. Now you can go straight in with the lighter shade on your lid, but I personally like to cut the crease. Now I know people are gonna say cut creases are not beginner friendly, but the more you practice, the easier it's gonna be. Now I did find a brush. I believe I got this off of Shein. I will have to find the link and put it in the description box for you, or something similar. This is just like a round brush. It's basically shaped like a semicircle. I like this brush because it basically cuts the crease for you. So I just apply some concealer on this. I'm going in with that same e.l.f. concealer we used to prime. What I will say is you do need to know like what type of eyes you got or like your eye shape when it comes to cutting the crease. So for me, I have hooded eyes, and what that means is a portion of my skin is hidden when my eyes are open. So if I close my eyes and I put concealer all over my lid and I open them, it's gonna transfer because I have hooded eyes, like I have that extra skin up there. So if you're a hooded eye girly, you wanna make sure that you look before you apply your product so you can know how high you need to take it. So I typically like to go right to the top of my crease. So everything in the crease is gonna have concealer on it, and then my stopping point is gonna be right at the top of my crease. This way you don't have product transfer. Now, if you wanna trial and error it to see where your crease should stop, you can just apply a little bit concealer to the center of your eyes, look up, and then look back down, and you'll see where the concealer transferred from your hooded eyes. And so that's gonna be like the top point of where you want to cut out the crease. So I take this half circle like brush, and I actually like to start at the inner corner, and I just stamp it like that. And then I'm just basically creating a half circle, which again is easier with this brush, and I'm connecting it to that top portion where my concealer transferred on my lids. And I like this brush because you can just stamp it on and you don't really feel the pressure of drawing like the arch perfectly. Like you can just stamp it, and because this is a semicircle, it's pretty much gonna be right. So from here, I don't go too far on the outer corner because we don't want to lose that product that we already applied, but you can go back in with that same brush. Before you add product, you just want to try and diffuse the edges of the concealer because you don't necessarily need more product, because it will just kind of like blend it together effortlessly. And then what you want to do from there is go in with your lid shade. Now in this Makeup by Mario palette, I like to take one of the lighter tan shades and cover my lid, and that's gonna give me a more natural and more neutral looking cut crease. So it's not gonna be giving 2016 eyeshadow baddie look, no, but it will give like a softer glam vibe to the cut crease, which is perfect for everyday soft glam. I like to just take a flat brush that kind of has a rounded tip, and then I'm just stamping the eyeshadow directly on top of that concealer. And again, I'm picking a shade that's a little bit lighter than my normal concealer color because this is gonna open up the eyes, or at least that's how I feel. I feel like my eyes look so pretty every time I do this eyeshadow look, and it literally has me in a chokehold. So once you apply it like this and you pretty much have covered all of the concealer, now you're gonna go back in again with that outer corner brush and blend those edges together. Then I like to go in with my transition shade brush and just do a little dusting on the side, because that is gonna merge all of those three colors together, but it'll look more natural. You don't wanna drag it too far in because you don't wanna lose that lid shade, but this is what the eyeshadow looks like once you blend it in. So now I'm gonna do the same thing on this side. This is what my eyes look closed, and then open you can still see that lighter shade, and it's not getting like hidden or messed up by my hooded eyes. So this is pretty much all I do for the eyeshadow routine. And then I do like to apply a little lash, girl. So I have this e.l.f. This is their expert liquid eyeliner in the shade Jet Black, and I like to apply some eyeliner to my lash line just to help me camouflage like where my lash band is going to be sitting, because I do like to wear strip lashes. However, if you're a mascara girly, you can definitely apply mascara with this eyeshadow look and it still look very natural and very beautiful. So I'm just taking this and like lining my eyes just enough to cover where my lash band is gonna sit. After I did the eyeliner, I put some lash glue on top of it, and I like to use like a black lash glue. I know, but that's just my preference. And then I also put some lash glue on the lash band itself, and then I apply them to my lashes. I feel like this is the easiest way for me to apply my lashes, and they don't have that like gap. Like, I just think it's so easy to put on my lashes. So if you guys want a updated tutorial on how to apply strip lashes, let me know and I can definitely do that for you guys. So just comment below #lashes. Okay, and I can do that for you guys. I'm gonna go ahead and do my base, and then I'll come back and show you guys the finished look. Okay, we are back and the base is done. So this is how my eyeshadow looks right now. I did go in with a little bit of my bronzer, and I like to add some bronzer down here to my lower lash line. That is just gonna give it more of a complete look. Now you can also go in and complete the lower lash line. I like to do some eyeliner in my waterline, and this is the Urban Decay 24/7 Glide On Eye Pencil. This is in the shade Tootsie, and I like to use a little triangle to hold down my skin, and then just use this from the outer corner to like the center of my pupil. I like to do this because it kind of adds a little bit of drama to the outside of the eye, but to make sure my eyes still look open, I like to go in with a lighter shade in the inner corner. So I'm taking that same Urban Decay eye pencil, but this is in the shade Caffeinated, and I'm gonna add this right here in the inner half. This is a great trick to opening up the eyes. If you do lower lash eyeliner or tight lining your waterline and you use like a black eyeliner and you feel like you have raccoon eyes, it's probably because it's too much for your eyes. If I want a dark waterline, I like to opt for a brown because it looks a little bit softer, more natural, and it doesn't give you that raccoon eye look. And then you can also do the pop of the lighter color on the interior, and that is gonna keep your eyes open versus like closing them and making them look smaller with a black eyeliner. So that's just my preference. I definitely recommend you try it and see, you know, if you like that more than doing a black waterline. And then sometimes I'll still drag that brown bronzer or eyeshadow up under that light color that we did to just complete the look, because naturally your eyes have a little bit of a shadow right up under it anyway. So I know we try to steer clear of that because we're like trying to brighten our under eyes and we don't want to make it look like we have bags, but just by doing that, it just completes the eyeshadow look and makes it, you know, a little bit more dimensional. Now from here, I do like to go in with a little bit of mascara on my lower lashes, and I usually use the Fenty Beauty Hella Thick mascara in the Lancome, I think it's like the Flutter mascara, but that's actually in my purse. So I'm just gonna go in with my Makeup by Mario mascara, and I'm gonna do my lower lashes. I'm not an expert at lower lash mascara, but I just recommend taking your time to try and not get it on your under eye. You could also use like a paper towel or something and kind of place it under your lashes and do it like this. That's a hack that I sometimes like to do if I feel like doing all of that. Now, if you happen to get mascara under your eye, you want to let it dry down first and then use a spoolie to get it off. That is going to be the cleanest way to removing it from under your eye. Now, the last thing I do when it comes to my eyeshadow routine, I typically do this during my base routine when I go and highlight. I like to take some highlighter and just dust it on my brow bones. I'm just a brow bone highlight girly, and I think I forever will be that girl. So I like to dust some on my brow bones. Now, if you want to go the extra mile and do a little bit in your inner corner, you can. I don't do inner corner highlight as often as I used to, but that's also a way that you can like brighten up the eyes and kind of open it up, so you can apply some highlighter right there if you want to. So this is my go-to eyeshadow makeup routine. I definitely think it's beginner friendly, and it's a great method to practice as you're growing in your makeup journey and learning how to do eyeshadows. This routine you can create multiple eyeshadow looks with. You just change out the colors, you know, and you can create almost any eyeshadow look that you want to make. So hopefully this video is helpful. If you guys have questions, please let me know in the comment section below, and let me know what you guys want to see next. As always, be kind, be true, and be you, Tiffle. Bye.